Yeah, horrifying because don't have a pretty face, so that probably horrifies you guys. So, do I have visitors yet?
Yeah, TikTok, you got a couple people on there.
Hey, TikTokers, thanks for watching. This is Dr. Dan Purser, danpursermd.com. TikTok shop, go to check it out because we're still having our Black Friday Cyber Monday sale. It goes through tomorrow. Prices will never be this cheap ever again, I suspect, because we started this stuff 6 months ago, the build outs, and we got a lot of product. We want to help you get a hold of us so you can food storage it or hide it or put it in your basement, or especially you that are on glutathione forever or Farsad because you can't make it, or the FEM, or like our MTHFR daily and realize you can't live without it. Go in there now. Those are the four. We have 25% off. You buy 10 dozen. We don't care. We'll ship them to you. And wait, do they get free shipping if they buy like 100?
I think it's over $100 of product, yes.
Oh.
Also, so you know, we are live on Facebook.
Hey, Facebook. Hey.
And YouTube.
And YouTube.
And X.
And X. Ooh, I love X. This is Dr. Dan Purser. Hey, Elon. How's it going, buddy? And RFK. Hey, RFK, brother. How you doing, man? This is Dr. Dan Purser, danpursermd.com. And we're on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and Squirrel Vision. No, what else are we on?
X and Instagram.
X.
This is the most we've ever streamed
Instagram.
to at once.
Wow, I feel overwhelmed by the pressure. I have millions of fans. I actually have millions of fans on all those.
Oh, yeah. I should probably show myself, too. Hello.
That's Jackson.
Yeah. Sorry, TikTok, you don't get to see me, but everyone else does.
Yeah, no, you don't want to see him. Trust me. It's hideous.
True.
So, okay. We're going to talk about the ins and outs of MTHFR.
Oh. I know we're going to talk about MTHFR, but I actually prepared a little intro song this time.
Oh, no. Has he got dancing puppies or squirrels?
No.
I always thought that's what TikTok was for. I didn't know people that went on there for medical advice. I'm still shocked when they tell me that. So
it's a song.
A song?
Yeah.
About how the oh no, gosh. Go ahead, play it. You're playing the recorder. Oh my gosh. That's from.
Oh yeah, I knew you'd know it.
No, the show with Jack Black, where he was a wrestler in Mexico.
Luchador. Yep. Nacho Libre.
Nacho Libre. Yeah, Luchador. Yeah, that's funny. And you can play that.
I needed to upgrade from Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So okay,
now we can. That
start.
Was the name. I thought Star Wars theme song you were playing all the time. Same thing. Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Okay, so let's dig into this. So we do have our sales still ongoing. So we started this product 6 months ago. The build outs. It takes a long time. You got to prepare all this stuff in advance. So these were 6 months ago prices, and these are last week's prices to you guys with 25% off. After the first year, they will not be this cheap, and they certainly won't be 25% off because prices have gone up dramatically in the last 6 or 7 months to build that stuff out. It's gotten ridiculously expensive. So we try to maintain prices. We haven't increased them hardly at all in years. So you're going to get a little bump between now and about Valentine's Day, I suspect. So buy it now so you can just whip it out for your honey on Valentine's Day. That just came out completely wrong. Anyway, whip out the product. That was bad.
I hope Mom wasn't watching.
Oh, gosh, Mom, please. Oh, man, so let me know. I don't want to get home. So that Mom is Denise, by the way, for all you've called the office. That's Denise, and she's a stickler. Okay. Not a tickler. She's a stickler. So,
all right, let's dive into this. Yeah.
Let's get into this. So we're going to talk about MTHFR, how we developed it, when I first discovered it. I'm not the guy who actually discovered it, but I was one of the earliest who did discover it. So after the genetic snips started coming out. Okay, go ahead, Jackson.
Okay, what does MTHFR stand for to you? What's your definition of it?
I know everyone thinks it's just the word MTHFR, but it's methylene tetrahydrofolate reductase enzyme deficiency disease. Just to clarify, if you have MTHFR SNPs, you're missing one of two or both key enzymes, that helps you circumvent the that enzyme problem. So you're essentially part of the methylation cycle, and if you have MTHFR, your methylation cycle is shut down to a certain extent, according to how bad the MTHFR is. And we'll get into the MTHFR methylation cycle next, but it's well known. It attracts a lot of business. Gary Brecka has cut his teeth on it, and a lot of people know all about it. They don't quite know what it means. We're going to delve into all that. Okay, got more questions?
Yep. What are SNPs? SNPs.
You would ask me that.
Mm-hmm.
I never know what those mean. No, yeah, I'm blanking. I can't believe it's lit.
Oh, I know it.
Yeah, tell me.
Single nucleotide polymorphisms.
Morphisms, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, and I'm the doctor. Good grief. Well, why would I know this? I'm a doctor. We're not supposed to know this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, single nucleotide polymorphisms. Yeah,
It's
really plural with an S, so it's really SNP.
Yeah.
SNP.
Right.
Single nucleotide polymorphism.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have a pair, then it's polymorphisms.
So are SNPs mutations?
No, they're not. They're the mutations occurred when they originally occurred. Some of those SNPs occurred. The mutations occurred 10,000 years ago. I use in my best-selling book on this subject called The 85% Solution, which we'll get more into in a minute. That cousin Odvar, or whatever his name was, Igvar or whatever, was walking around along a shore in Norway, and a sunspot. It's a particularly bright, sunny day. Kind of got sunburn all of a sudden. That was a massive sunspot. Well, it irradiated him and his testicles too. And suddenly, from that day forward, everyone that Ugvar or Odvar, whatever his name was, sired or fathered. If he was a tribal leader in Viking town, he probably sired a lot. Well, suddenly, all those descendants had this new genetic problem called MTHFR, and one aspect of it. Maybe he was the C677T father. Maybe he was the A1298C father. We don't know, because we don't know the exact person each one of those came from. So if let's say you're double homozygous, and I've seen that actually where someone has two A1298Cs and two C677Ts. They're really rare, but I have seen them. I've seen them with 3, I've seen them with 4, I've seen them with 2, and I've seen them with 1, I've seen them with none, which is even more rare than what I do. Then you've got one of each from some ancestor, not the same ancestor. So one came from cousin Odvar, Uncle Odvar. One came from Aunt Jezebelline or whatever her name was. I'm just making up Viking names. I'm horrible at it. So, they know for some reason the methylation systems come out of Norway and Sweden. They think all of them, all 4 of them. So we don't know for sure, but that's kind of the feeling. They kind of traced it back there using genetic studies. So, but those are the mutations that occurred. But they could be 5 or 10,000 years ago. We don't know.
So a mutation occurs, but then what's passed on to the descendants are what?
Transcription errors.
Gotcha.
Humans are really good at copying stuff. So we copied, I can't remember a single nucleotide polymorphism, but I can remember transcription error. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is
should
easier.
have eaten more dinner tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some fish or something. Give me brain food. So transcription errors are just copies over and over again. And we're all full of transcription errors that have been copied for 1,000, 500, 1,500, 10,000 generations. Isn't that crazy to think back that that the one gift they gave you, well, they gave you your hair color, skin color, all that, but the one gift they really gave you was a genetic SNP that will hurt you, probably.
Yeah. So these ones, MTHFR specifically, are thousands of years old, at least.
Yeah, thousands.
Crazy.
So, and it's just not well known. Remember the Human Genome Project completed in 2003. We kind of knew a little bit about these before that, had guesses about them. But the Human Genome Project, when they started giving us information out in 2010, 2012, right in there, I was watching for it closely because we've been doing this intracellular vitamin testing down in California and in Anaheim and in Santa Ana and over at USC and stuff. I wondered if this had something to do with it. I had a suspicion that it did, and I was indeed correct. The vitamin deficiencies, the intracellular stuff you get, are from these SNPs. that you're given by your ancestors.
Yeah. So,
not from diet.
Real quick, not to get too off, but someone was just asking, what is the benefit of intracellular testing like this? What vitamins are you testing?
We're going to dig into that.
Perfect. Okay.
So it's coming. Be patient.
That's good. So in places like here in Utah, why is MTHFR such a problem?
Because have you looked around? Everyone has blonde hair, blue eyes.
There are a lot.
Yeah, you have blue eyes, don't you? Your mom has blue eyes. Yeah, and you guys are very Northern European. Though your mom, really, her heritage is Spain.
Yeah, I had blonde hair as a kid, the first few years of my life.
She had blonde hair when I met her, but she's Castilian. She's actually Spanish royalty, Marquesa. So those are Vikings that settled up in there and never left. They probably were a raiding party, 10,000 Vikings strong, mean as hell. Really mean guys, and fought their way up in there and couldn't get removed. And so eventually, like they had El Cid and these other leaders in Zaragoza, or as we say Zaragoza, they say Zaragoza there. Because if you go in and look in the castle there and look at the paintings and the photographs later, your mom looks just like all of them. And she has that collection of the photos she has in her family heritage that just incredible. So yeah, and they have bad MTHFR. They had it back then. It probably made them irritable. I know here in Utah we're the Prozac capital of the world because we tend to be really happy, healthy people. But nope, the depression and fatigue is immense because of MTHFR.
So that's what happens to someone that has MTHFR. Depression, fatigue, anxiety are some of the most common symptoms you see.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
And they want to blame a lot more than that on it. We're going to get into all that.
Sure. Do you see certain lab patterns with these patients?
Intracellular lab patterns, not otherwise. I guess I'd get serum levels, but they're not accurate compared to intracellular levels. I see very specific patterns. That's how I first figured out that genetics were causing these intracellular deficiencies. We didn't know that when we were down doing endocrinology research, so we didn't realize that. The intracellular testing results were not. We thought it was just diet or bad luck, or we didn't know, but it's definitely genetic. Yeah, because I see if I get a virgin level, meaning they're not on any vitamins or supplements, which is really rare, then I get a much clearer pattern. And you can't just stop them the week before. It takes a year to clean these things up, or to let it kind of lay there. So, and what's going to occur naturally start showing up again. No one wants to feel bad for a year while I'm waiting to get a clean lab test. So, yeah, I see B12, folate, B6, serine, glutamine, zinc, B2, B3, just see a plethora of them according to what SNPs they have.
And you saw that these deficiencies ran in families.
I did, and I kept thinking it was dietary. And I'd ask these blonde hair, blue eyed mom and dads about their blonde hair, blue eyed kids. I'm like, are you guys vegans? Or because it sure looks like it. Looking at this, no, we eat lots of steak, lots of meat. We feel better when we do all this and that. Yeah, because they're full of B vitamins and everything, and those aminos. And I'd go, well, y'all have the exact same deficiencies, all 7 of you, which is a small Utah family. We had 10, and so yeah, they got family.
Yep.
Don't need to get real, but.
So those deficiencies you were just saying, those are the ones you'll always see with people with MTHFR.
No, I don't always see it.
Okay.
Not if they're taking it.
Right.
They can skew the data, and they do a lot because because by the time they see me, they've tried. People go on this journey trying to find me or someone like me. They'll go to doctor after doctor, and they kind of don't know what they're talking about, and it becomes really evident really quickly. Thus, I did the reaction video to Joe Rogan's interview with Gary Brecka. Yeah, but yeah, because there's some people that really know this stuff. Ben Lunch being one of them. A few MDs who know it, and no one just does the intracellular testing like we do, because that really drives it home. That you can really dial it in then. Yeah, but So
I want to do a little plug. All those deficiencies you were talking about are in our MTHFR daily.
Well, we designed it based on CMAs or before the spectra cells. I have 20,000 of those.
Yeah.
I designed Young Living's master formula with Gary Young, and I designed it based on the Spectra cells. I had 4,000 Spectra cells we used on Young Living distributors.
Yeah.
I've designed a lot of vitamins for companies based on Spectra cell and CMA results.
Yeah.
So, because I can tell you what you're deficient in.
Definitely.
Over and over and over. Your followers, your people, whatever, your tribe, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, but the MTHFR Daily, just right now, tonight and tomorrow, we're finishing up the Cyber Monday sale.
You're giving it away.
Basically, 25% off.
All you kids cannot go to college anymore. They're done.
But that's too bad.
You're going to have to get a job cooking burgers or something.
That sounds pretty nice.
Compared to what we make you do, it's horrible.
Yeah. No, but jump on there. I posted the link on Facebook and the other places to the Physician Design site. Otherwise, if you're on TikTok, just click on the profile
So you're just
and
trying
shop.
to sell stuff while I talk.
It's part of it.
I
It's
get
it
it.
all
Oh,
is
they
part of
listen
it.
to me, but they got to buy something.
No, but the benefit is it's on sale right now.
Look
After
at a
this,
TikTok shop, or Facebook, or wherever.
everywhere.
Yeah, because if we're on TikTok, they're going to hold us our feet to the fire. But yeah,
Yeah.
TikTok shop. Yeah,
No, it's everywhere.
that's everywhere. When are we going to have all that on Amazon again? Soon?
No, they all are on Amazon. It's just not on sale on Amazon right now.
Oh yeah, so
Our
order
inventory
from
is
the
there.
office, stuff like that.
If you wanted the discount
Not the
right
office,
now.
but physiciandesign.com.
Yep, you got it.
Okay.
So if
You're
someone's
just making these questions up as you go, aren't you?
Mhm. Yes.
I see you writing them down.
No, I have a great list of great questions to ask. But so someone that starts taking these supplements, how quickly this all just disappears after 3 months for them? What happens?
Well, yeah, they start feeling better. It takes a while. I always start low, go slow. Start with one of the MTHFR daily. 1 out of 100 will have a reaction to it right away, so they have to quit it. And we deal with the problem children. People email us and go, I had a problem with this, and we'll tell them what to do. Because you start over methylating usually really quickly. Who knows? The mystery of over methylation. I've tried all kinds of angles. I've done what Ben Lynch has suggested. I've done a lot of different stuff. What I find best works, so is just try something, start somewhere. There's a lot of methylation baseline support products out there. Ours is one of the oldest. We were one of the first. We have one of the best. We modify it. We update it every couple of years. This is our 3rd iteration. We're trying to make it better. The idea though, because I've seen as many as 29, someone having 29 SNPs before. I have 3. Jackson has like almost none. You have what, 11 or 12 or something?
I don't remember.
We'll leave it at that,
I need to
yeah.
look at it. Yeah.
But yeah, you get above 10, it becomes significant. But I've seen 29. I've seen in the last month, I've seen 3 or 4 people with about 20. So they need a lot of holes filled. It's like you're trying to put fingers in the dam to hold the water from leaking out. Well, one's a B3 finger, one's a B6, one's a B12, one's a folate, blah, 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 zinc, serine, all those things over and over. So we've got everything covered. Yeah, and it may be a little much. It's almost like a multivitamin that's for people with MTHFR, but it fills the holes. So in the worse the situation, the better it is. It tends to work.
So you fix all these deficiencies, the symptoms just disappear? What happens?
Yeah, with time.
Yeah.
The other problem is if you go off of it, guess what? They come right back.
They do. Yep.
Yeah, you'll find that out in about a day.
I've experienced that myself.
It's like,
yeah.
what is this nightmare?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel really good, and then you crazily forget to get some. So buy some now and keep it in your food storage.
Definitely.
Don't ever run out.
Yeah.
And the minute you're out of your bottles that you use, order and then go down and start taking out your food storage and put that back. Then use that one and put the new ones in your food storage. Yeah, don't run out, or you're going to find out how bad you really feel. It's kind of weird. I've done that before.
Oh,
I take half of the old chewables we used to make. We'll probably make those again this year. The MTHFR Tiny Bite. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think half one. That's equal to a quarter of this daily. It's not even that. It's equal to about a fifth of the daily.
Yeah. Well,
and, that's my dose every day. And if I miss it, it's like I got flu.
Yeah. With the daily, we did the 4 capsule dose just for that reason, so people can have more customization with it.
Yeah.
Take more, take less, based on however you're feeling.
Yeah.
Me right now, I'm 1 or 2 capsules a day, and that's been working really well for
Yeah.
me. And it's just a constant balancing.
I
act
can
you
kind
gotta
of
do.
tell from their SNPs, like someone with 29 is probably going to need 6 or 7. I kid you not. Someone with less than 10 is going to probably need 1, maybe 2. About every 4 SNPs, you might want to add another daily, but that's up to you. You just go up to the overmethylate.
Yeah.
What is overmethylation? You got to watch for it like a hawk, because you'll either get really sleepy. I feel like I'm drugged and took 3 Dramamine that morning, which is horrible. I want to sleep all day. And that's why I got to be really careful. That's why I only take a tiny bite, a fourth of a capsule, half a tiny bite. And so, yeah, and as that gets the order running out, we're going to make more. Yeah, for kids. Yeah.
Yeah, we're working on it. It's all in the pipeline for sure.
Hopefully it doesn't crumple like that last thing. Anyway.
Yeah, you're using expired ones now, so yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Don't take them away from me.
Our new ones won't crumble. That's the point.
Don't jam me. So.
Someone's asking about Copper Balance too over there. That one's coming back real soon as well.
It's ridiculous that we spent 7 months trying to get this up made.
Yeah, it's been a weird year for manufacturing, but we're doing our best.
Yeah, we are doing our best. So yeah, because my wife takes a lot of that. All you guys take Copper Balance. Oops.
Yeah. So going back to testing and everything.
Yeah.
Can your normal doctor do all this intracellular testing?
Yeah, if they set up an account with and know how to read it. They set up an account with Cell Science Systems and know how to read it. Yeah, good luck talking them into that. They're not going to do that. So they'll do serum levels, but serum levels have a lot of problems. They really, dig into that.
Yeah. I mean, the Copper Balance. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I just want to share with the Copper Balance a little bit the balance of copper inside and outside of your cells.
Yeah, you can have low and you can have a high copper level outside your cells, but a low intracellular copper level. Then you got a big problem.
And so that applies to many different vitamins and other minerals as well. B12.
Not many, but B12 indeed is one of them. Folate is another. So is which is B9. So is calcium, for example. I'll have people go, my calcium levels are really high. Yes, I'm giving you 5 a day, Mabel. Well, my doctor says it's too high. I should stop. I'm like, it's transporting from your gut to your bones. You need to let it do its transportation thing and quit measuring it. And yeah, but it's gonna calcify my arteries. I'll be like, no, not unless you have a vitamin K2 deficiency like MK7 or MK4. Then you got a problem. Then they could calcify your arteries, but you don't, Mabel, because we checked your CMA. We know you don't have one.
Iron's another big one, right?
Iron's really big because you can have a really high serum level of iron but have a low intracellular. And why is that? Do you know, Jackson? Have I ever explained that to you?
I don't know exactly why. I just know it's associated with POTS and
if you have any B vitamin deficiency, or I'm talking about biotin even, or choline, those are B vitamins too. B2, which is riboflavin or B1 thiamine, or certainly B12 or B9. B9's folate, blah, 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 or folic acid. And folic acid is not a swear word here. I use it occasionally for patients. So, or any of those, or a vitamin C deficiency. Remember vitamin C, then you want to absorb iron into your intracellular space, and you have POTS symptoms.
Yeah.
See it all the time. Also, lysine deficiency, really bad lysine deficiency, will give you POTS symptoms.
Yeah, you have a couple of videos exactly about that. There's certain key deficiencies to look for POTS.
So any intracellular B12, like they'll measure B12 levels. I love that one. I'm like, well, Mabel, which B12 did they measure? I'm sorry, I'm bugging Mabel tonight. Mabel, which B12 did they measure? I don't know. It doesn't say. I'm like, they don't know, you don't know, and I don't know because the machine doesn't differentiate between all the forms of B12. And there are 4, and some say 5. I think there's 5 forms of B12, and one of them you don't absorb very well, maybe 2 or 3. So you could have receptor problems. You could have all kinds of issues, and so you get it into your bloodstream, but it has nowhere to go. So it just builds up because it cannot get into your intracellular space. So you're not getting the right B12 into your bloodstream. And so they go, what am I going to do about the high B12? Well, like, eventually it'll go away, but if you want to get rid of it more quickly, go donate blood once a year maybe and get the crap out. So I wouldn't do it more often than once a year because you'll get depleted with a lot of other nutrients. I know because I donate a lot. That's for another reason. So,
circling back around,
folate's the same one.
Yeah.
There's 4 forms of folate.
Oh, as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So it could be, and you maybe you can only absorb one of them.
Yeah.
That's my job to figure that out.
Exactly. So that's one of the benefits of doing genetic testing along with your intracellular testing. Gives you the clearest picture what you actually need to be dealing with. Great. So going back to MTHFR, what's the number one symptom you see with people?
Fatigue.
Chronic fatigue. Unending tiredness.
Yeah. Because it causes B vitamin deficiencies. Or a serine deficiency or glycine. That's another one. Glycine deficiency.
So it's not the genetics themselves causing these deficiencies.
Well, they cause the deficiency, but it's the deficiency that causes the fatigue.
Right. So the genetics don't cause the symptoms, they cause the deficiencies, which then cause the symptoms.
Yeah, genetics affect you either through blocking absorption of certain key, like you don't have, somehow you're born without receptors to folate, FOLR1. FOLR1, homozygosity is a real problem because you can't absorb folate or methylfolate. So you can absorb folinic acid, you can absorb folic acid, but you can't absorb methylfolate or folate. You got a problem. So in saying there's receptor problems for all of them, or some are overutilization problems. That's about the two ways genetics affect you. Either it's you can't absorb it, or you're overutilizing it. Like the VDR TAC for D3K2, any of the VDR FOC, BCM1, BCM1s, all those. Some of those, well, no, it's the CYP21. You can't absorb, you overutilize vitamin D, D3 and K2. So you're a super cycler, I call it. So.
Yeah. Are there any problems with those ones being fat soluble, storing them up, becoming toxic on them at all?
Not to my knowledge.
Just wondering if you had any ideas.
I'm sure there are if you take mega doses, but
yeah,
I don't do that.
So why do vitamin deficiencies cause fatigue and exhaustion?
Well, I don't know. That's the 10,000-year-old question, or million-year question. It's been occurring for generations, because it blocks or cuts off pathways. So let's say you're building most of it. Let's get real basic. Krebs, the Krebs cycle. Krebs and this methylation cycle too. They both are involved with creating energy through conversion of carbohydrates to ATP. We cannot directly use carbohydrates. We convert it to fat or we convert it to ATP. ATP is the energy coin of our realm, of our body. And if you have bad methylation problems or glycine deficiency or serine deficiency, or serine affects all other things, especially the transsulfuration pathway. We'll get into that in another video. But you won't adequately create ATP. You're going to be tired. You're going to become exhausted easily or all the time. You'll just stay exhausted. So again, that's my job to figure that out, that root cause problem. The genetics causing it, because the vitamin deficiencies are pretty easy to fix. But why are you doing it? And do you want to know if it's genetic? Because guess what? You get to take some vitamins forever. Because you're always going to have that problem because your genetics aren't going to change.
Yeah. So what do MTHFR SNPs affect most acutely?
That's a really hard question. Energy production, ATP production. Most acutely, what I see the biggest problem with is homocysteine. Homocysteine is forever. Because once you're born with, if you're born with certain homozygosities, and there are 7 of them, there are actually 9 of them that you could have. MTHFR C677T, MTHFR A1290C. If you're homozygous on either one of those, or these MTRR, MTR, CBS, the big bad ugly CBS, or that's 5, or GGH, or what's the 7th one? GGH. I go through these every day.
I know FOLR is not on that list.
No, it would not be. Anyway, so I've done videos on all 7 of them. I'm just
check out the homocysteine videos.
Yeah, the homocysteine. Look at my homocysteine videos. Then you can't bridge that gap. Your methylation cycle is stopped, so you can't create ATP, but also you can't properly methylate your ATP or any of that. You can't create SAMe. You can't create a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy when you take a look at all of those pathways and those cycles, how they are completely
full
interwoven.
H1. It's full H1.
Okay, close.
Oddly enough, full H1 because it cuts off the conversion of folate properly, so it shuts down the cycle.
Right. So that's what's insane. The methylation cycle of folate, right in line with the methionine and the Krebs cycle. Even
And you fall apart.
Yeah.
And you're falling apart. So when I get people, homocysteine is the big, huge silent killer. It's the main nasty. There are two main nasties that occur for methylation problems, not just the MTHFR. The MTHFR opens the door or gets people to look inside the door and go, I have MTHFR and I feel horrible. I have all this inflammation. I have all this fatigue, all that. And that opens the door to me going, we might want to dig a little deeper because if I find a homocysteine problem, that's a nightmare.
Yeah.
So, because it's the number one cause of renal failure. It causes heart attacks and strokes. It causes renal carcinoma. It causes probably 30 different cancers that people can't explain because it doesn't run in their family. But hey, homocysteine is incredibly pro-inflammatory. And once you have one of those breaks, you can't ever not have a high homocysteine level. You'll always have a high homocysteine level. What you can affect, though, is the cytokines it causes the release of. Because homocysteine does not affect you directly. It causes your monocytes or white blood cells to release two cytokines, too. IL-8, interleukin 8, and monocyte chemo. Yeah, that was bad timing. Monocyte chemoprotectant 1, MCP1. You can readily check an IL-8 level. And that's what you should check and see how high it is. If you can check homocysteine level. If it's above 7.3 and you're not malnourished, you got a problem. If you're malnourished, it can be low, it can be high, it can be all over the place. So you got to clean up the intracellular vitamin problems first to get an accurate homocysteine level. Because they get patients going, I have a low homocysteine level, and you said it'd be high. I'm like, I'm still saying it's going to be high because your genetics demand that it will be high, but you're malnourished at a B12, a folate, you're crawling, you're so exhausted all the time. Did you forget about all that? I know you're feeling better, but it's still not been 100 days on the vitamins. So, and then they figure out what I'm saying. So if you're malnourished, your homocysteine can be artificially low. And great, we're going to unmalnourish you and nourish you and nourish you so your homocysteine can go high again. That just really doesn't make sense, does it? But you readily treat it with glutathione. Glutathione, lots of studies have shown that if that glutathione, reduced glutathione GSH, which is in our product, which we're the only ones with that, because of our patents and all the work we've done, and our new patent we're involved with lyophilizing and freeze drying and all that, is the way you bring down your IL-8. So
yeah,
and get rid of the inflammation. Yeah, I had a neighbor come in with kidney failure.
Yeah,
45 years old. Holy crap. Yeah.
No.
And because his homocysteine's through the roof and his IL-8, and he just woke up one day and needed dialysis. What the?
Has he started using any glutathione?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, and those people you can usually, not always, but usually, this is going to sound really crazy, but you can get them off dialysis if you get a hold of them quick enough.
Mm-hmm.
So, and bring down that IL-8. It removes the inflammation, gets rid of the problem, and their kidneys start to function again.
So, yeah, we have some cool data that we probably should start looking at publishing just within our own clinic of those IL-8 levels lowering. Is that right? Yeah, that's cool. I need
to publish an article about it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big landmark article because no one's ever hit it all correctly. And I just explained more there than any doctor in the U.S. knows.
Yeah.
For the world.
Yeah, and great benefit. I'm always going to throw the plug. Arvar's glutathione right now is one of the other ones on sale.
Yeah, grab it.
25% off tonight and through tomorrow night.
Yeah,
only.
If you're seeing your kidney enzymes or liver enzymes coming up, because we're going to get to that in a second, but coming up, you ought to try it.
Yeah, no,
it won't hurt you.
Glutathione is for everyone. Yeah, especially as you're getting older. It is one of the best things you could be taking.
Our peak at the top, super antioxidant. Yeah. We're the only ones with patents on oral, all kinds of patents on oral glutathione, topical glutathione, everything.
Yeah.
Nayan and Shin. Watch Gary Brecka's interview with Nayan Patel. That's my buddy from USC, teaches over at Keck. They also have a pharmacy in La Habra. That's Nyan Patel and Chintron. They're partners, but Nyan's partnered a lot with us on stuff. He helped me develop Persistence Plus and Persistent Phyto Plus and all that. Nyan and I've done a lot of good things together. I think their work on glutathione, we should get them a Nobel Prize in medicine. I really do.
Yeah.
So, and I was remotely involved with that. So maybe I could stand in the back of the stage and wave a little when they get their award.
I'm sure Nyan would let you tip your hat.
Really? Yeah, I'll take over and jump from the mic. These guys are awesome. They make me cry.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's great. Just exactly what we're talking about. All the different pathways, transsulfuration pathway, methylation cycle, all of it is interconnected, and glutathione is one of those key cornerstones of it.
You know you need oxygen, but hey, some of you need glutathione too. Yeah. By the way, it's got to be reduced and functional and stable and absorbable, and guess what we're at?
Yeah, literally. So with MTHFR, does it also cause inflammation and pain?
Yeah, from the homocysteine.
Yeah.
Homocysteine will and they go, every decade. And in my 40s now, I'm really hurting. I can't imagine I'm going to feel in my 50s. I'm like, your homocysteine is 11.8, Mabel. That's really not good. Or it's 23, or it's some nightmare number. 11.8 is a nightmare number, trust me, from what I've seen. Yeah. You're probably in pain, and you'll know when you're not in pain. It's really easy. Just keep going up on your glutathione capsules until the inflammation starts diminishing. I can't cure anything. There's no curing. It's just managing and using, those are patented biotech products, just using the correct products to help with the inflammation.
Yeah. So
TikTok shop.
Right. TikTok shop and physiciandesign.com.
Yeah, I can say those others too.
Yeah,
I don't want to get in trouble.
You're good. TikTok, we're just going live. So
I don't want
we're
some
good.
Chinese guys visiting me going, why are you talking about TikTok?
They're Singaporean. It's okay.
Okay, get on to it.
No, we're good. We're good to talk about whatever we want tonight. So what is the worst methylation SNP to have?
PMT.
Why is that? What's that? What is it?
PMT stands for I had to write it out. I'm gonna screw it up. PMT is phosphatidylethynolamine. The N throws me off every time. -methyltransferase. It methylates. What it does, it takes choline that's a phosphate group to it. So phosphatidylethynolamine. What a mouthword. Methyltransferase. I should have practiced it 28 times or something. I should have practiced it while I was driving here. And if you don't have that ability, the day you were born, your liver's starting to fail. And if you're 43, or if you make it that long, 52, you throw in homocysteine, your kidneys and your liver are in trouble. But PMT is nasty. It definitely causes liver failure, liver cancer, and it gets worse as you get older. And I've gotten a bunch of people off liver transplant this year. This year.
Crazy.
It is crazy, and they're really thankful. And I've had consulting hepatologists show up here in my office, going, "What are you doing?" and tell us what you're doing because it's miraculous. I'm like, just science. So PMT is fairly well known now. No, it's not. No, I take that back completely. It's known for about the last 18, 20 months. With the remember Human Genome Project 2013, they started giving out information. Somewhere about 2023, 22, they started talking about PMT more. Ben Lynch came out with his video about it, which shook the earth, and as far as I was concerned. And he talked about using natural phosphatidylcholine for it. Hopefully, sunflower lecithin based. Well, that's what our liposome is built on in our glutathione. Funny that. So 3 doses of our virus glutathione gives you a full dose of phosphatidylcholine. But the glutathione, there's so many studies on.
Is that 3 doses or 3 capsules?
3 capsules.
Okay, cool.
So, and the studies on glutathione and liver health, what it does to rejuvenating hepatocytes, like rejuvenating skin, all that kind of stuff. There's tons of them. It's really more and it's scar tissue. So, and you may feel fine. Your liver's like, I don't have a problem with it. Wait, go get a biopsy and then tell me that.
Yeah.
Because your liver enzymes can be normal, but you're a walking nightmare waiting to crash. And one day you wake up like my neighbor, but you said you're in liver failure. That's not exactly fun.
Yeah. And
you turn yellow, and your wife's like, why are you so yellow? Or why, husband, why are you so yellow? Anyway, yeah. So, yeah. So I probably see 4 of those cases a day.
Wow.
And it's just nutritional counseling. I'm just going, you need to get on glutathione, and you should maybe want to consider Trinor since it's the only one that works. But and if they're already using one, I'll say use it up, and then switch to ours. Unless they're really bad, then I'll go get rid of the trash and start taking ours now and save yourself. So,
yeah, it's worthwhile. Definitely is.
Save your liver. I don't know about saving yourself, but hopefully help your liver get better.
So we've talked about a wide range of a couple different genetic issues and other things, but what you kind of mentioned this before, MTHFR is what opens the door to talk
find
about
out all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I find out now. I call them nasties in this text. Like,
I'm sure they love
you have
that.
3 nasties.
Yeah.
And they're going to get you, and they probably are. Usually people are reaching out to me for a reason, not because they feel wonderful and they're having a great day. It's like, no, I hurt all over and it sucks, and I've got elevated liver enzymes and my kidney function's going down the toilet, and help me, Dr. Bursar, because I've been to 28 different doctors and they just do the same exact thing, every one of them. I'm like, they mean well, they're smart, good people. They just don't have my background or the information we have.
Yeah. No, it's your decades of experience and thousands of intracellular testing and genetic testing results.
Yeah.
That's what led you to develop your most recent version of MTHFR supporting product. Our whole system.
We'll keep going.
Yeah.
I got an idea for some other new products through the help with SNPs.
Sweet.
No, we're coming.
I love it. So back with MTHFR Daily. Why is it better than all other methylation products out there?
It's the most thorough. The worse your SNPs, the better it works. And it's not perfect. No, there is not a perfect one for anyone.
No.
It works for the majority of people, like 97%, I'd say.
Yeah.
They can take at least 1 and feel better. Now I have some people take 7 or 8 that feel amazing, and they don't overmethylate, which is shocking.
Yeah.
Because I even take one of them and overmethylate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freaking seizures there. No, I won't do that. But
one of the most important things to me in that product is the B12 that we use. We have adenosine and hydroxycobalamin, a 50-50 blend.
Yeah, you can't really overmethylate on that. And that's one of the hydroxy B12, especially or adenosine, if you really want to get specific, are usually well absorbed by almost everyone.
Yeah.
It's the methyl B12 that people have problem absorbing.
Yeah.
Or the B12, the cyanocobalamin. So I'll even resort to that sometimes, and I'm not the only one. There are other, Ben Lynch and everyone else has used other forms. Ben Lynch is that great methyl-free product. Look at that. If you overmethylate at the drop of a hat, try the methyl-free one.
Yeah.
It sells. It's a B complex. It's really good.
Yeah. There's tons of great B complexes out there. Just make sure you're getting the right versions of things. Use what works for you.
The biggest hassle I deal with is people overmethylate and don't realize it. And they're like, I've been getting more and more tired for 3 months. I'm like, Mabel, what are you doing? I'm taking 5 of those MTHFR Daily. I'm like, yeah, I think we know the problem. Can you quit them for a week and then text me and let me know how you're doing, or call? And so they call the office and go, I'm feeling really good, but now I'm starting to get tired again. I'm like, yeah, get back on, try 3 of those a day.
Yeah.
So you might even go to 4, but don't go above that.
Now, TMG, the trimethylglycine, is one that can cause overmethylation symptoms.
Yeah, it's got a ton of methyl groups in it.
Yeah, it does.
Back to, and that was talked about in a certain video when Joe Rogan interviewed a certain Gary guy, and he's like, TMG is the secret to lowering your blood pressure. Really? Wow. No. What? No. Maybe one person, but you got lucky, dude. But yeah, it's no. Lowering your homocysteine will lower your blood, or no, you can't lower your homocysteine. Lowering your IL-8 and MCP1, that'll lower your blood pressure.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but even that's not the answer for everyone.
Yeah.
There's just so many causes of high blood pressure. So
So I've seen a lot of people asking one thing. PEMT is what we were talking about.
Yeah.
And then also
you can't make phosphatidylcholine.
Yeah. And then for people asking, how do you find someone that can read your genetic labs or intracellular labs? Come work with us. Dr. Purser is right here, and going into the new year, we have some more of our team able to work one-on-one with our patients.
We had to. We're getting overwhelmed.
We are, but yeah,
and we actually, and you can always meet with me, and we have people that are a lot cheaper than me that are trained by me, and I'm right here anyway. It's not like I leave this place. I'm here. Not 24/7, but it seems like it.
That's why
you go home crawling every night.
You have all these toys behind you. They're your comfort.
Yeah, I snuggle with them. Forget where they came from, because it's not. Yeah, but you know where they came from.
Yeah. So, and people are asking. We are located in Pleasant Grove, Utah, but
it's the center of the universe, don't you know?
It is.
It's easy for everyone to get here.
But you can work with people doing nutritional counseling pretty much anywhere.
It's just nutritional counseling. I'm not giving you medicine or suggesting. I'm not making a diagnosis and telling you what your genetics are or what deficiencies that you have, and no big deal. It's not a medical diagnosis. And I tell you what to take. I can do that anywhere. I don't even have a license. There are tons of nutritional counselors out there. They just don't have my background or knowledge base or all my technical skills.
Yeah.
They're still doing good work, some of them.
Yeah, and that's why we like expanding and getting more and more people into the fold of what they can really help people with.
Yeah, I'm recruiting some really sharp people who are masters at this, no more than I do even.
Yeah. Someone's been asking a couple times, this is kind of way off topic, but they've had 3 blood vessels burst in their eye this year. Do you have any ideas?
Check your blood pressure, do all that, make sure. Are you on aspirin? Are you on blood thinner? What are you on? Yeah. Happens. They just randomly happen too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. People want you to open up in Florida and in Boston, everywhere all around the country, open up clinics and open up practices so that everyone can come see you.
You don't have to come and see me unless you want a prescription, or I got to do a medical diagnosis. Really, PEMT is not a medical diagnosis. It's just stating a fact. So, and you probably should take this because you tell me you are having some liver. Take this; it won't hurt you. And you have these 18 snips. I'd probably do this, and you don't need to come and see me for that. We can do a Zoom.
Yeah, let's work from afar.
Save the money. Yeah,
it save the hassle, save everything. Just
trying to save you guys money and make it easier on you and me.
Yeah. So this is
read my Google reviews.
Yeah.
If you have doubts or wonder. I think we've got almost 700 5-star reviews. I earned every one of those and a lot more, but only about 1 out of 100 people leave a review.
Yeah.
Dang them.
Yeah.
Everyone should leave me reviews.
This is kind of an easy question for us. She's asking what kind of glutathione is best for me. Obviously, we have our suggestion what kind is best, but she says, I have hemochromatosis, double gene, MTHFR, Hashimoto's. VAR's glutathione, obviously, but any other ideas for them?
She double homozygous MTHFR. That's probably what she's saying.
Yeah, hemochromatosis.
Hemochromatosis, no involvement. Glutathione's not going to remove iron. Just got to watch your iron intake. But your doctor can handle that for you. What was the other one? Hashimoto's. And there's diets for that on the internet you can find. Okay. So they help.
What about GPX genes? What's best for them?
Glutathione.
Yeah, right?
Right. All those. All the GPX 1, 2, 3, 4, GSTM 1, 2, 3, 4s. Yeah.
Literally, if you have any genetic SNPs with any of the glutathiones.
With a G in it.
Yeah, VAR's glutathione.
You better look at glutathione.
That's one of the coolest things when you look at the pathways, look at a lot of the studies that are out there where GSH, the reduced glutathione molecule, fits into every single pathway. Wherever it needs to be supported, wherever it needs to be supported, glutathione is there.
And if you have a transsulfuration pathway problem, if you have a high homocysteine, you're going to have a low glutathione. It may not be horribly lower, it may look kind of normal, but if you have that problem, you should have a high glutathione to protect you. But no one does, so.
Yeah.
Because the homocysteine, the transsulfuration pathway is all about properly converting homocysteine, which is a nasty, foul waste product that kills you, into glutathione, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
Magical.
Yeah. quick question. Recommendations for really bad memory loss due to being in a diabetic coma.
PQQ.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got to do it right. So we have that Bright Brain I developed. We get that product from Mitsubishi Japan. They're a natural, PQQ, which is reduced. It's really awesome. It's really kind of a biotech-y product. But and I do a high dose 3 or 4 week and fish oil probably.
And fish oil, cool.
Yeah, maybe astaxanthin more specifically.
Yeah, that's good.
Use the. There's only two. Really, there's only one validated astaxanthin out there. That's means the only one that's got the proper everything in it. It's the only one that should work, according to all the research articles, everything else I read. When I did that talk for AMMG as keynote speaker in March of 21, 22 was it?
21.
Was it 21 that long ago?
Yeah, May 2021.
Yeah, May. I thought it was March. Yeah, May. At Trump Doral down in Miami. Yes, a lot of fun we had. I talked about astaxanthin, and I really had to research that because I was going to get torn apart if I screwed that up. And I only found one, and it's by Designs for Health. And they really consider themselves to be the best supplement purveyor in the world. And there's a lot of truth to that. The astaxanthin they have, the astaxanthin krill is
solid.
Yeah, and I take 2 a day.
Yeah.
Astaxanthin is the only fish oil that really gets into your brain.
Yeah. Can glutathione help control blood sugar?
Yes, but only if you have a deficiency in it, or you have something else that would require it to be removed from receptors. Glutathione can clean the receptors up, but so it's a general question about some really specific possibilities.
Definitely. We've got some other questions about VDR TAC. One thing I wanted to mention.
VDR TAC is annoying.
Yeah.
It won't kill you, but it'll sure give you a low D3, like terrible. And I've tried up to 50,000 units a day. A D3, great. I can get a level up to maybe 70 with that. If you're VDR TAC homozygous, you're a super overutilizer of D3 K2. So you got to consider K2 as a problem too. But I look for all that when I look at your genetic information. I usually put people on 10,000 units of D3 a day. I just don't fight the fight. If you want to keep it up there, you're going to spend a lot of money to do that. Just have it, take it in the morning, let it roll through your system. It's just the way it's going to be. You just got to take it every day.
Yeah. The fish oil you were talking about, was that krill oil from Designs for Health?
Yeah, astaxanthin krill, yeah.
Yeah. I think the product itself, is called krill oil, but it has the astaxanthin in it.
They call it astaxanthin krill.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. Just look up astaxanthin on Designs for Health. That'll bring it up for you.
Or krill.
Yeah, either one. What to take for significant reduced folic acid conversion?
Don't take folic acid. Take methylfolate or take folinic acid. Source Natural says a really good folinic acid.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people, it's not conversion, it's absorption. 44%. Gary Brecka spoke a partial truth when he said people can absorb folic acid, but if you watch that video over and over, which I did before I did that reaction video to the interview by Joe Rogan and stuff, I heard him as he turned away from the camera. He kind of said it to the wall. It's really weird. He said how he did it. He said, "Yeah, 44% of people cannot absorb folic acid." He's right. 44% of people cannot absorb folic acid. 56% can, but if you're in the 44%, you can't. So if you get a high folate level in your blood, it's probably folic acid. Go donate blood occasionally, but because you're not going to get it in.
Yeah. And
it's in the rich foods everywhere. I just don't know that causes that big a problem. That or high B12. I've seen those before, and I just don't see any symptoms that are specific to them.
Yeah.
So, it'll eventually go away. I guess you'll lose it all eventually. Or donate blood if it's really freaking out.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think there's a lot more questions still, but I think we should get wrapping up. We didn't even talk about sod at all.
Well, so we have a sale going on, or we have Varsod. Holy crap, that's
I know, right? Yeah.
That's on the genetic information too, especially the new test we're developing with MaxGen. And we got big plans for the future, but MaxGen is we're partnering with them on developing a completely private, super genetic test that covers all the mitigatables. I hate when you find out you have a genetic problem that you're going to have blah, 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 and there's nothing, damn well, nothing you can do about it. Good luck. And they stick their finger in your eye. You're like, I don't want to know that. I may or may not have it, but there's nothing I can do about it other than watch for it and stress. I like things that you can mitigate, meaning take this, do that. If you have it, we'll find it. If you have it, take this, do that, and you won't suffer from it. Because there's workarounds in all these genetic SNPs. Mm-hmm. I like mitigatable genetic SNPs.
That's great.
Put that on my headstone. That name. He is the father of glutathione and father of SOD.
Functional antioxidants.
Yeah, all functional. Yeah, I came up with the VARs, mnemonic, and everything.
We can go into that one another time. Check out the videos. But yeah, so our sale right now, 25% off.
That's incredible. I hate you for doing that.
The VARs SOD, VARs glutathione.
Might as well just give them a truck full of it for free.
Yeah, definitely. MTHFR Daily and FEM are all the 4 that are on sale right now.
FEM for PMS, it's amazing how it's just out there. Mm-hmm. It's really nuclear. Much better than being put on a birth control pill for your weird PMS problems and acne. Yeah, I'll leave it right there.
For inflammation, Varsod absolutely is hands down the best product you need to be taking.
Oh, it's a game changer. I think that's probably the biggest thing we developed in the last 30 years of my life.
Totally.
Okay. And we developed a lot of really earth-shaking things.
We do. It's awesome. Okay. Any last thoughts? Anything else you want to say?
I love you guys. Thank you. Stock up. I don't want to hear you complaining when July you have to buy more and it's going to be like, it's $3 or $5 more and or $20 more. Who knows what's coming? And you could have bought it now and put it in your food storage. It'll last. Keep it in a cool, dark place. It'll last forever. I don't know about forever, but a while. Mm-hmm. The FDA says it'll last 2 years. You got to follow that. You got to throw it out 2 years.
Ancient minerals. The last 2 years. Great.
Yeah. Well, 10,000 years. Okay. Well, I love you guys. Thank you. God bless. That's how I used to end all these podcasts. Go in good health. And I'm here for you.